New week, new video. This week, bro, we're in an upward spiral right now. Hit the gym. We're gonna be working at school. Don't matter, we're still gonna get stuff done. Earlier today, there was actually a girl who we just locked eyes. As she came to me or came by me, she was talking to herself a little bit. And as soon as that moment happened where we locked eyes, she just completely started mumbling her words. And then after the fact, I just found it so funny. I reflected on the moment. I was like, bro, this girl got flustered. This week was kind of slow, I can't lie. It's up and down when you're on a journey like this. Sometimes you have the drive and sometimes you have the passion to keep going. But then other times you just don't want to do anything at all and you just lose the passion to do it. This week was one of those weeks. School got pretty hectic. I had a lot of stuff to do, but kept it pushing. And when I lose the passion a little bit, it becomes harder to speak to you with the same level of conviction that I usually have. Because behind every confident person who speaks with conviction is purpose and power, right? So when you lose that passion, that purpose, even if it's just temporary for a week, it's kind of hard to speak in such a manner. Yeah, something that's been on my mind while I was working is the fact that this reality is a little wonky. The past few years, I became greater every single day. And that upward spiral really started at the start of this journey that I've been documenting on here, where now I'm a completely different person. If you look back on even a year ago, I still kind of fit in with everyone else, with the majority. Now, bro, I'm completely like I'm an outcast, but in a good way. I thrive on that because I know I'm different and I embrace it. When I was younger, I felt like an outcast as well, but it was more like in a bad way. I just felt like other dudes in my grade were super attractive and they would get a lot of attention from girls, and I just thought I was this scrawny kid who just felt kind of outcasted by most people. But now actually, like I said, it's the opposite. I get treated like royalty in a lot of public places now. There have been people, men and women, who have literally came up to me randomly and just complimented me. And I don't know why. It's just the most random thing. The version of me 5 years ago even wouldn't have thought that this is how I would be. But I know that if I were to go back and that version of me were to see me now, that version of me would be proud. And the nature of this reality is super wonky in that way, because if you really know the kind of person that you want to become, you'll begin to, well, if you know the person that you want to become and you know what kind of traits that they have and you can identify it, you'll just eventually subconsciously adopt those traits. And that's kind of what's been happening to me. And it's so weird because I felt like my life was playing out in my head. I feel like I already knew what was going to happen in my life, and it was also scripted before it happened. I had the vision of who I wanted to become. I knew who I wanted to become, and now I'm halfway there. I'm already developing and embodying the traits of the man I'm starting to embody. And it's crazy too how quickly you can change and you can grow and evolve, because even at the start of this, I was kind of crap talking to the camera, but now I'm like super confident and I talk with more conviction. And the trick with me is, if any of you want to start posting content in the future, the trick with me is to literally just treat the camera like a message to your younger self. So when you're talking to a camera, picture in your mind that you're talking to the younger version of you, the version that you would give advice to, the version that you think would benefit from having a conversation with you. It's funny, I used to literally tell people that I'm gonna be a billionaire. And I would say it with such conviction, completely straight posture, no stutter in my voice, just complete conviction, complete confidence. I would just say it. I wouldn't chuckle. I wasn't laughing it off. It was a joke. I was being serious. And I still do say it now to people. If career or future, if that comes up in conversation, I say straight up, I still say it. I say, yeah, I'm gonna be a billionaire, right? And it's just because when you want something or you want to embody something, You have to become the person who can have that. So me saying that is just me embodying that person so that I can claim X outcome. But even me now, with all the changes and all the growth that I've had, still pushing forward, learning and growth isn't just something where it's like, I've done it, I became this, or I achieved this, now I'm done. It's the end of the finish line. No, it's a lifelong journey, at least for the ones who actually want it, right? The ones who just don't really want it because it's their identity, they just want it for, I don't know, maybe materialism. They do it, they may get the thing, but then they stop and they blow it. The people who actually do the great things are the people who know that those great things are inevitable and it's part of their identity. And then they achieve those great things and it's not enough. They want more because they know they're capable of more. All this to say essentially that you should take another look at yourself, because I thought I was just a random scrawny kid with outcasted, but you should really take another look at yourself and realize that you have more potential than you think that you have, and go after the things you want. The fact that you have goals and aspirations that you didn't act on is on nobody else but yourself. You were shown these things because they were meant for you. And if you're not going to take action on that journey, no one will for you. You're not here to be given handouts. No one is given handouts. Even the most gorgeous people on the planet, they might get some freebies here and there, but even they have to work for stuff. No one is given handouts. I'm saying this so passionately because I know what it feels like. I know what it feels like to know your potential and just fall back into the same cycle of distraction that keeps you down here when you're meant for up here. I know there's plenty of other people out there that are in that exact same situation. And my journey is literally just a testimonial to prove to you guys that I'm like you and I can do the things that I set out to do. And yes, there are frameworks, there are sciences behind hacking your way there, rewiring your brain, things that I'm implementing, which do help tremendously. But it all comes down to your mindset and your willpower. To make things even easier, to give you another perspective, the economy, the world is going to shit, and it's only gonna get worse, which is a good thing in this context. I'll explain. Now, literally, it's the best time to go all in on maxing out your stats and becoming the person you can become. Because we're all screwed. The world's screwed anyway. No one could afford anything. The world's getting worse. So just do what you want to do. You have literally nothing to lose. If you already had nothing to lose before, now you have nothing. Like, you have even less to lose now. All right, that's this week done. I'm more confident than ever before. Literally all of my bad habits from before this have been swapped out with good, productive habits. And I've grown a lot. It's only been a few months. I've grown a crap ton. And I'm extremely happy. I've learned a lot as well about the science behind resetting your habits and rewiring your brain. I've learned a lot about that. And honestly, I'm excited to see where things go from here, as always. I'm going to link next week's video. I'll catch you guys in the next one.